Hey, I'm Pascal from Orangepixel. Right now I'm working on a new website for a company, but I'm not really happy with where it's going. I use WordPress and locked it down with a bunch of plugins. If you're going to use WordPress for your website, grab a bunch of plugins to really lock it down, because WordPress is very sensitive to hacking. So there are some great tips you can do to actually make sure it's fairly safe. My site has been stable for a while now, for many years. I'm just trying to find a new theme for the website. I like this big banner on the main page, and then we got a bunch of these buttons. Now the colors aren't the colors I want. Obviously I want these to be orange, but the theme I'm using right now is the free version. Until I'm sure I can work with the theme, then I'll get the full version, which should allow me to create or change the colors on these things. Can add a bunch of my games here. I like that. This is just 3 of them, but you can add a bunch more. Sign up type things, and then latest news can be placed here. I like all that, but I don't like how the actual pages look right now. So if we go to Residual, I don't like this top area thing, and then I either have to go and modify this theme, which I don't mind doing, because everything else, it's almost what I'm looking for, just not yet exactly what I want. So yeah, this is currently being tinkered with on the back end. Of course, the current website is still there for everybody to see. I just wanted something new, something fresh, something different, so tinkering with that. As for WordPress plugins, if you are gonna use a WordPress website for yourself, Bulletproof Security, very good plugin to have. Alongside, let me see where he is, Sucuri Security, also should install that, and finally WP Server Security. Those 3 plugins will allow you to lock down your WordPress site pretty well. Another tip is to change the login page. The standard login for WordPress is always the same URL. You can rename it, do that, because it's the first thing people will try to hack into your site, by just finding that login page. So if you hide it by renaming it, then nobody knows where to find it, and that already keeps out a bunch of script kiddies. So that's a couple of tips if you're gonna run a website. The big question is, of course, do people visit websites still? I don't know. Honestly, every now and then I check game developer websites, not that often, so I don't know, but I want a website for myself. Also, it's great to have a landing page for your games, so that you can include those in press releases. And I usually have a zip file that can be downloaded on a game page, which contains a bunch of assets, screenshots, the logo, the artwork, the Orangepixel logo usually, maybe some GIFs. Just one zip file that they can download and use if they're gonna write about my game or show it anywhere. You can just download a zip file with some great artwork in there. Besides that, all the download links, where to find it on all the stores. It's just great to have that information available. So that's why I still have a website. I just want to update it a little. And if you've been wondering, Regulator City, the game I've been working on, is doing great. I just haven't been doing devlogs lately. I just wanted to do some other stuff on the channel. Some informative videos like recent weeks. Or this video, just me having a little bit of fun with it all, and just creating a fun video talking to you. And the guy in the back, as always, the weird guy in the back. Anyway, this video is me just talking about a bunch of little things here and there. I didn't want to do a devlog, even though the game is doing fine, and I've been adding a bunch of interesting things to show you and talk about. But I felt stagnated a little bit on the channel. I've been doing a bunch of devlogs because I've just been very deep in game development, and I had to do a lot of things on the game to get it to a certain point, because we're gonna do a Steam Festival demo version pretty soon. So I needed to get to the point where the game is actually fun, and if people play the demo, they will like it and want the full game. I wasn't there all this time, but now I am, so it's now a lot easier for me to just relax a little bit on the game. Still working on it very hard every day, but I don't need to talk about it and show it every day. Just a bunch of things are happening, and pretty soon I will do a devlog, maybe next week, and I'll show you a bunch of interesting new things. Of course, the last couple of videos were interesting. I noticed those are the type of videos that attract new users to the channel. And meanwhile, hang on. What are you doing? The cats are also happy that I'm doing this different type of video. I think I should just go sit somewhere else because they're now playing with the laces on my shoe. Hang on. So yeah, doing different type of videos. And not everybody's gonna like these type of videos, but this is why I'm doing the channel. I want to do these type of videos to keep it interesting for myself, which is equally as important as being interesting to you. Because if I'm just bored and just rehashing the same topics and things every week, you're not gonna like it, I'm not gonna like it. So every now and then we do this. You get to see a little bit more about me and my personality. I guess that's, I think, a good thing, because that's the whole point I started this YouTube channel, to show you the guy behind the Orangepixel games, and to also show people that game developers are just very passionate about creating their games, even though sometimes gamers feel like game developers don't give a thing about their games. Trust me, every game developer does. It's a passion, else you wouldn't be doing game development. You would probably be doing some other boring, lame job in IT and software development, making a lot more money, doing very boring programming on stupid software or websites. Sorry if you actually enjoy doing those things, that's fine also, but game development for me is just a lot more fun and creative. So that's why I'm doing it with a lot of passion. But I am a normal guy behind the games, and that's pretty much what I wanted to do with this channel originally. So every now and then a video like this pops up and you get to enjoy it. Pretty cool. It's all free. Just subscribe for free, and every week something happens. Probably a boring devlog next week. Not that they are boring. I think they are very interesting, and especially if you want to be in game design and game development, I think you can learn from all the struggles I have and all these things, and how I managed to get a game completed and released at some point in time. Hopefully very near future, because this game needs to be wrapped up, but it's going the right direction. A meetup. Alright, I have a little list of things I wanted to talk about on this video, or something I could talk about in the video. Something pretty random. I went to some sort of meeting yesterday. Game development, game company type meeting. If any of those people are watching, hi, it was me with the Orangepixel hoodie on, obviously. It's part of the Dutch Navy, but it's a game development company that's pretty much in the Navy. It's still a bit confusing, but they have a lot of interns working on VR games that can be used as instruction stuff for the Navy. For example, a very simple example, those Navy ships are huge and you can get lost there. And one of the guys told me that pretty much first year newbies on the ship usually get a buddy to make sure they don't get lost on the ship. It would be very handy if you could just practice it in VR. So stuff like that is going to be developed there. Was very interesting. They are doing interesting meetings every now and then, where guest talkers are coming and talk about different aspects of game development and everything around it, marketing and legal things. They invited me to come talk as well, but that might be a goal I need to set for myself, to eventually do that at some point. But talking to you like this through a camera, easy, I got that covered. Talking on a stage with even just 20 people watching, yeah, that's not gonna happen anytime soon. But maybe in the future we might do that, and I might even bring the camera and just imagine I'm just talking to you, and then we'll have a whole audience actually literally behind you watching me do the talk. But it was a fun meeting. Met a couple of people I knew online already, but it's a fun opportunity for especially students and things. They have a lot of interns working there that can then move into either that company or move into the game industry. Yeah, interesting. What a fun meetup, and not something I usually do, but this was like 5-minute walks from here, from my house, so I couldn't resist just going there. So we just launched the new game on Switch, Groundskeeper 2. It was a lot of fun to hear people actually mention it and see how people are enjoying it. It's a very simple, silly game. Also getting a bunch of questions on where the Xbox and PlayStation versions are for like Residual and a couple of other games. They are coming, but the problem on this one is me actually. Serious Lion is of course doing all the ports for my games to consoles. We have Space Grunts running on Xbox. We have Residual running on Xbox and PlayStation partly. It's just the process of getting them released on there requires a lot of my time. I need to figure out the backend to Xbox. Officially, because I released these games on another console, Switch already, Microsoft wants me to also release versions of these games on Windows, which means I have to figure out how to actually do that through their system, because it has to be on the Windows Store. It's just a lot of figuring out, and I'm working on Regulator City full time, and that game needs to be done because a new game usually simply makes more money for me than the console versions of older games. So it's a priority thing. Xbox versions are coming. They are the easiest probably. PlayStation, I'm not sure if they are coming. We have the PlayStation developer kits, but there's some stuff going on I can't talk about that makes it hard for me to explain this. But hopefully PlayStation versions are coming, but it's difficult. At some point, hopefully I can talk about it on this channel. So other console versions are coming. It's just there's a lot of stuff on my plate and there has to be a priority. My priority right now is Regulated City, do that demo for the Steam Fest coming up in just a few months. Residual on mobile, I want to do Android and iOS version. No idea if it can actually run smoothly on all those devices. I'll also have to boot up my Mac, which hasn't been booted up for over a year now, I think. So I first have to see if the battery didn't explode, because that happened to an older Mac of mine. It exploded, the touchpad comes up and it's pretty much useless. In that case, I need a new Mac to even do these builds. That's going to be painful for my wallet. So I have to figure out that. I have to change the inventory screen for Residual, because I think we can do a better version on the Switch. It's very tiny over there. It works on PC because you have a bigger screen, but Switch and of course also mobile will have it's a tinier screen, so the inventory just needs to, I need to redesign it and redevelop it. I have to find time for that. I've been pushing that away. I think it's probably just one day's work. I could have done that this week because I didn't get a lot of stuff done. I've just been pushing that further and further down the road. I have to do it. I originally wanted to release on mobile in June. That's going to be tight. That's not going to happen. But also the mobile controls need to be implemented into Residual. I think that's just going to be a couple of hours of testing, maybe another day of work. I just need to do it, and sometimes doing it is very difficult because I'm working on Regulated City. That game needs to be finished and completed and released, and mixing all those things and priorities is sometimes very hard. But new games need to be finished and released, and then we can find some time to work on older games. And it's a lot of work for one man, but I can't really hire anybody for these things. I wish I could, but I can't, so it's all on me, and we'll get it done eventually. There's no rush. Well, there's a tiny rush, but not a lot. So eventually we will get it done. Alright, wrapping up this video. By the way, have you noticed our new lounge set? It's huge. Our old sofa broke down. It still has those type of springs in it. I didn't know that. And one of them just broke down. So one of these seats would just, you couldn't sit there anymore, and we needed a new lounge thing. Now the problem is with buying furniture in a store. A store is huge. The furniture looks manageable, small, but when you get it, hello cats, I'm doing a video over here. But when you get all that stuff in your home, you suddenly see the size of it. And this is one big lounge set. I'm very happy with it. My wife is happy with it. The cats are happy with it. So we just need to get used to the size of it. It takes up about 50% of the living room area we have. Yeah, it's big, but it's comfy. That's the most important thing of a lounge set. let that be this week's interesting indie game developer tip. Get a very comfy lounge set, chair, sofa, couch thingy, because why not? You deserve it. All right. It's comfy, it's great, it's awesome, it's amazing. It's just a lot. But that's it for this week's video. Thanks for watching. Different type of video every now and then. I want to do these things, as I mentioned earlier in the video. This is why I'm doing the channel. Just having fun with video and video creation every now and then. And now I'm going to edit the video, and then I'm going to work on Regulator City, and then maybe I'll do Residual, or maybe I'll do the website, or maybe I'll do the Xbox version of Space Grunts. Or I'm probably just gonna hang on the lounge and just watch a movie. Thanks for watching. Bye. Asset zip files. I'm gonna do that again.